Imagine a world where the Luftwaffe crushed the RAF, leaving Britain defenseless. With air superiority secured, Hitler launches Operation Sea Lion, the long-feared invasion of the British Isles. German forces land on England's southern coast, overwhelming British defences. Churchill's government faces collapse, and the UK is forced into negotiations. Without Britain as a base, the US struggles to intervene in Europe. The war's balance shifts dramatically. Could Nazi Germany have dominated the continent? With Britain subdued, the Atlantic becomes a German stronghold. U-boats patrol unchecked, cutting off vital supply lines. The US faces immense pressure. Without Britain, launching a European invasion seems impossible. Meanwhile, Germany diverts resources eastward, strengthening its assault on the Soviet Union. Without British support, Stalin's forces struggle against the Wehrmacht's relentless advance. Could the Soviet Union withstand the full force of Hitler's war machine without a Western front to relieve pressure? Without Britain, resistance movements across Europe weaken. The Free French struggle without a safe haven, and anti-Nazi uprisings face brutal crackdowns. Germany consolidates power, enforcing its rule across the continent. Meanwhile, Japan, emboldened by Germany's success, expands further into the Pacific. The US now faces a two-front war with no European foothold. Would America still enter the war, or would isolationist sentiment prevail, leaving Europe under Axis control indefinitely? With no D-Day invasion, Germany fortifies its empire. The Nazi regime accelerates its horrific policies, reshaping Europe under totalitarian rule. The Holocaust intensifies without Allied intervention, and occupied nations suffer under brutal oppression. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union, fighting alone, faces a prolonged and devastating war. Could Hitler's empire have lasted, or would internal resistance and overextension eventually lead to its downfall? How long could such a world have endured? History tells us that Britain's resilience changed the war's course. The RAF's victory in the Battle of Britain prevented a Nazi-dominated Europe. But in this alternate timeline, the world is unrecognizable. Democracy crushed, resistance movements struggling, and the US isolated. Would the Axis have eventually collapsed under its own weight, or would the world have remained under authoritarian rule? Thankfully, history took a different path, but this chilling scenario reminds us how fragile freedom can be.